Well, you want to put as much time in that you get as close to the real performer as you can, so you don't let your band down, and you want to make sure that you can play it cleanly and as a group well enough.
Well, you're responsible for what you play, and you don't necessarily want to fall behind, like I have before. You actually want to be on top of everything and make sure that you're understanding what's going on. And for everything that you've been put in charge for is actually your responsibility, believe it or not. And you want to be able to play it and be the smartest with that one part, so you can help other people within your band if they're falling behind. And then what they've done, they can help you with and teach you.
For like the band part, I have to say I have to put a lot of it, not all of it, because I've done it for a long time, and now I'm getting used to it. I don't have to put that much in, and every time I play a song again and again and again, it gets a lot more easier, but I'm still putting effort into it, so I don't make the song bad.
Yeah, and exactly. And then I think that we try to make sure that
I practice.
he comes prepared, because when you are by yourself, well, if you don't practice, well, you don't advance, whatever. But when you're with a band, you are responsible for the whole band. It's like, you're in a team, and you have to put your part, otherwise the whole band doesn't work. And when you ask me about coordinating, I'm in charge of basically bringing him to the classes, and with both his mom and I reminding him about practice time, and but it's for us it's really cool, and it's not a big effort at all. We enjoy helping him out with his music endeavors, and it's been great so far.
It's more work than playing by yourself, definitely, because you have to take in the fact that you're playing with other people and that they look at things differently. I think probably the hardest part of being in a band is that everybody plays different instruments. So if I play piano, not everyone has the easy piano part like I do, right? So if you get an easy part and everybody else has a super complicated part, it's really hard to not lose patience and just that they're having trouble, but you just want to play, and you're just oh my gosh. So it's gonna be hard to it's hard to have patience.
On the other side, you don't really want to be the one person that's holding everyone back.
Well, it really depends on what band you're in. For the ones I've been in, usually we rehearse about once a week. We practice. We'll warm up. We practice songs, and occasionally we do our own thing, like original songs, but mainly we do covers. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's more or less work than doing it with yourself. It's just kind of different work, because you have to think about how your playing will fit into the rest of everybody else's playing. You have to make sure you're not holding people back. You're not keeping the band from doing what they want to do. You just want to help everybody keep going.
Yeah, you want to communicate with people. That's an integral aspect of playing the band.
Hard to keep together.
No.
It's not that hard, I don't think.
Not that hard?
I think keeping the same beat is the hardest. Yeah, keeping on the same pace is the hardest, because sometimes when
we're tired or maybe and we just like lose beat and we all go faster or slower somehow. We start at this, and then we end up going either this or this.
It's a lot harder because if you come to the band and you're like, I don't know my part, then the whole band has to wait and do something and help you do your part. With yourself, you can just like learn it with your teacher in your individual lesson. And it's a lot more responsibility, I'd say.
In a band setting, you feel like there's a lot to put in. Each instrument lends its own kind of texture and feel to the group. And when you're looking at all the group dynamics, you think, well, how can I fit in? As a bassist, I have to listen to the drummer and to the guitarist and kind of fit everything in. As a guitarist, maybe you're not paying so much attention to the drums, but you're definitely looking for a feel that you want to start. And just thinking about how everyone else works together is a really good exercise for your mind. And I think that when you start, it feels a bit overwhelming, but as you ease into it and get used to it, it kind of becomes second nature, and that's a really good way to expand as a musician.
It's the same. Just more pressure to do well. And more irritating friends.
Wait, what does it mean to play in a band?
How much work is it playing in a band?
Oh, how much work is it to play in a band? It's like putting a regular amount of work of what you've already put in into playing an instrument by yourself, but incorporating 2, 3, 4, or 5 other people and learning it with them and not going ahead or not falling behind, but staying on a level of, let's say, this.
I feel like
everyone on the same level of learning.
I feel like it's the same amount of work. It's just now if you don't practice, you're letting down more people. And people get mad at you. Yeah. A lot. Really mad.
Okay.
Like we have our own experiences.
Alright, so playing with other people can be really exciting but really intimidating. I know a lot of things in this video might not sound very appealing. I just really like to encourage people to play with other people because of all the positive aspects of it. It can be scary, it can be frustrating, but I feel like the good outweighs the bad so much. And I'm really bad about reading during these, but I gotta read for this because I wanted to organize my thoughts really well for this particularly. The things that I feel like have kind of come up as far as development in people from working in bands is understanding the value of effort. You want to do your best for the group, for the sake of everybody. Accountability, understanding that you all affect each other and what you do is important, it matters, Composure, learning how to deal with that pressure and going, okay, like there's some pressure in the situation, but there's pressure in a lot of situations, and learning to deal with that can be really great. Empathy, understanding that you need to do your best and you're accountable, but when other people don't show up prepared, sometimes they tried as hard as they could, and you have to be understanding of that. Or sometimes something happened, and they didn't get a chance to prepare the thing they were supposed to prepare. So it's being self-aware enough that knowing what your actions matter, but also knowing that other people aren't going to be perfect all the time, and you're probably going to make mistakes like they do sometimes too. So you need to be okay with that from time to time. Also, perspective, knowing that it's I'm losing it here. Basically, the importance of working and playing together, and that everybody all has their own role, and they might be different, but they're still important in different ways. And then communication. One thing is a lot of times I'll lead our band classes very directly as I start, But as the class goes on, I try to make sure that the students know how to communicate with each other. So rather than just feed them answers and kind of orchestrate their interactions with each other, I'll go, okay, well, you know how to solve this problem, and right now you're trying to deal with this problem. So can you guys work this out together? And we'll split up and do things like that from time to time. So it's just overall really great for developing as a person, I feel. And it's tons of fun too once it gets going. It's just a little bit tricky getting started off at the beginning. But anyway, see you in the next video.